Let's go. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Hey, I need activity in the chat, man. All right, I ain't been on Facebook Live in a minute. I'm about to give y'all a message. Give me 15 minutes of your time. As you can see through my glasses, I'm out here in nature, right? Halfway through my run, and I want to check in with y'all, all right? So I need to feel your energy, okay? All it takes is just a fire emoji, a heart. You can say, yeah, whatever it may be. If you can share this, okay? I know a lot of people ask y'all to do it, but do it. It's your way of giving back to me. It costs you nothing but 2 seconds of your time. So press share. Okay, let's get the energy up because I got a message that I want to give you guys. I'm not going to apologize for my passion because this is something that you should be passionate about. It's your life. Okay, I'm going to tell you some uncomfortable truth that you need to hear, but I'm going to give about like 3 minutes for people to get in here. What up, Sean? What up, Sean? Show me some love, Sean. What's up, baby? What up, Fifi? Fifi, what's up? What up, Eileen? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's good? Hold on. Yo, what's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me? Let's go. My bad for the pause. Let's go. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. If you like this, like the chat. It helps me. Share it, comment, all the things. It creates engagement so this can reach more people. But I want to tell you this. It's a truth that you need to hear. At some point, you have to realize this about life. And I want to say this. I acknowledge, I understand. I know life can be hard, right? I know things might not be working out. I know it's a struggle. But what if I told you this? What if I told you this? And some of you are not going to believe it. Matter of fact, let's get this understood. There's 2 ways you can look at life. Your perspective, meaning how you see the world, the lenses that you put on, which is in your hands and your choice. How you see the world determines how you're going to feel about the world, determines what you're going to do with it. It's going to control your emotional state. So I need everybody here to make a commitment to me. Hold up a 1 and say you're a choice. I want you to understand you're a choice away from a new beginning. Okay, you're a choice. Drop a 1 in the chat if you feel me. You're a choice away from a new beginning. And I want you to understand this. You have a choice right now to keep your perspective, your power, which is what changed your life, or you can make your perspective your prison, which is excuses, which is limitations, which is the story, the limited belief that you tell yourself. Okay? And listen, you're human. I'm not faulting you for being human. I love you, but I love you too much to keep you the same. So make a promise, make a commitment in these next 10 minutes that you're going to keep your perspective, your power, meaning that you're going to realize everything is working for you. You're going to see the beauty in everything. You're going to see the power in everything. So let me tell you this, your struggle, your setback, people leaving your life, all the things that's happening to you, it is a gift. It is a gift. Everything that you say you want in life, hear me, requires you to go through something. Everything you say you want in life requires you to release something. In order to move up, there's some things you must be willing to give up. And as you go live your best life, as you choose better for yourself, everybody's not going to like it. As you choose better for yourself, you're going to see things differently. You're going to see mindsets around you that aren't congruent. You're going to see environments that don't serve you. And some people are going to try to make you feel guilty for doing what's best for your life. So listen to me. And I want you to feel me. Share this right now. Listen to me. Comment yes in the chat. Don't you dare, from this day forward, don't you dare feel guilty for doing what is best for you. Do you hear me? Don't you dare feel guilty for doing what is best for you. And I'm not going to be one of these influencers that give you a feel-good message. I'm going to tell you the truth. Progression, it sucks. Growth sucks. Change sucks. Only when you realize, or it no longer feels like those things once you realize that it's helping your life. I want everybody to write this quote down. I'm going to say it calmly and slowly. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. I'm going to say that again, and this will change your life. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful life. I'm currently getting in shape. I'm currently running these trails, and it sucks. I'm out of breath. It hurts. I want to throw up, but you know what? It's growing me. It's changed me. This is what progression feels like. Progression sometimes looks like a loss. Progression looks like certain things leaving your life that you might want to keep in your life. Progression looks like change. Progression looks like uncomfort. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. The trail that I ran was hard, but it got me to this beautiful destination. That is your life, and I want you to understand it. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. So as you move forward this week, I'm not going to say this year, as you move forward this week, I want you to say thank you. Everybody write in the chat the word thank you. I want you to say thank you for it all. Trent, thank you if something bad happened, thank you. Trent, thank you if I lose, thank you. Trent, thank you if this person, thank you. Give thanks for it all. Because I know the greatest gifts in life aren't wrapped in the most beautiful package. Some of you found a marriage that was wrapped in a failed relationship. Some of you found a dream that was wrapped in a failed job, right? Some of you found health that was wrapped in a health scare. There's a gift in everything. And this is not some motivational message that's trying to make you feel good. I can give a damn about making you feel good. This is truth. And when you understand this and you allow this to build your power perspective, you cannot lose. But some of you are waiting on closure. Some of you are waiting on that person to come back into your life. Some of you are crying over spilled milk and spoiled milk. Some of you are crying over things that expired in your life. And I get it, you're human. I know it hurts. But what hurts the worst is allowing this to be the rest of your story. You know what? There's chapters that are going to suck. Chapters are going to be hard. Chapters you don't understand in your story. But you have to make the decision, and you have the honor, and you have the responsibility to turn the page and create something new. And to create something new, but a lot of us, we don't want to hear this message of accountability. You act like it ain't in you. You act like it ain't in you. You act like you're not capable. You act like God don't got you. And you sitting there crying over somebody left your life. Listen, I know that hurts emotionally, but God still got you. You're sad because that job didn't work out, but God still got you. Right? You upset that a doctor gave you some bad, but God still got you. Don't you realize that? You can't lose with God on your side. I don't care how much rejection this world is giving you. Certain doors have to close. You have to have rejection so you can move into elevation. There's certain things in my life I was rejected from. The NFL, people, dreams, things that you don't even know about that I really wanted that didn't happen so I can move into what God really had for me. Like, I'm so damn proud of you. I'm so damn proud of you for not giving up. But it's time for you to take massive ownership over your life. I promise you, man. I promise you. Progression is an ugly road. You might be going through progression right now like, damn, Trent, this is so hard. I want to give up. Don't you quit. Broken crayons still color the same. Don't you quit. Sometimes the most uncomfortable paths leads to the most beautiful destination. Don't you quit. Sometimes things have to break down so you can break through. Don't you quit. Sometimes you have to lose certain things to gain better things. Don't you quit. This is your superpower. A lot of you have been controlled by everything outside. You worried about everything out here in this world. You think that's the war. You think, oh, I have to win this war with these external things, with people, with all these things. No. You know, my mama told me this, not in these words, but she told me something like this. She said, Trent, the things, listen to me, y'all. I'm sorry for being so passionate. I just care about you. I just care about you, and I know this is real. And by the way, if you're in Dallas for work, I would love for you to join me out here. If you're in Dallas for work, we do a free nature group, walk. Make sure you text my number, 214-619-8997. Join me. But my mother told me this. She said, Trent, I love it, Amber. I love it, Amber. What up, Valerie? I love it. Man, nature is beautiful. This frequency is beautiful. She said, Trent, y'all still with me? Y'all enjoy me going live, y'all. I know I've been doing live. I just feel like, I don't know. Let me not go. Let me stay focused. Just let me know if you enjoy me going live. She said, Trent. She said, everything that is powering you, you given permission to. She said, some form of fashion, you have allowed it. And what you allow, what will continue. And my first response was, I wanted to live in the BC disease, blame and complain. There's no way, Mom. Like, these things happened to me. These people treated me this way. And she said, son, It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And some things are your fault that you're not taking ownership over. She said, regardless, what you give permission to, it will power you. And I started to look at my life. I started to get out my feelings and into my truth. And I realized she was telling the absolute truth. I was being powered by stress because I was given permission to stress. I was giving permission to people. I was giving permission to things that didn't want the best for me. And I was allowing these things. Allowing it. What you allow, what will continue. And so I realized that I had the power to make a choice. Put up your ones. You're a choice away from a new beginning. I had the power to make a choice, and I made a choice to say, you know what? I'm only going to give permission to the things that serve my life. Of course, we all make mistakes here and there, but that was my intention, to give permission to the things that I want to power my life. So I want more peace in my life. I want to be powered by peace. I got to give permission to the things that bring me peace, like this. I'm giving permission to nature. I'm giving permission to my trail run. I'm giving permission right now, and I feel peace in my life. If I want to be powered by purpose, I got to give permission to purpose. That's why I'm here with you right now. This is purpose for me. Me talking to you, me seeing the chat, this makes me feel great. It makes me feel like I matter and I have value. And so when I realized this, everything changed. So the question that I have for you, my friend, and this is life changing. Like, I know it seems so simplistic, but this is life changing, because this, what you're allowing in here, is controlling you. It is not the person, place, or thing outside of you. It's the permission. This is your filter, right? Your perspective, your mind is your filter. And I know it's hard when you have the wrong things around you. I know it's hard to heal when you're in an environment that makes you sick. I get it. But the greatest war is here. That's why I always pray for a sound mind. I don't need change externally. I don't need all these blessings externally. Just give me a sound mind. Just give me confidence, God. Just give me belief, right? Remove the stress. Because this is the greatest battle that you're going to face. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad I can help you heal. It's here. So as we leave today, please share this right now if you can. I want this to reach somebody who needs it. Please like this right now. I see y'all with the hearts. Thank you. With the thumbs up. Thanks for all the star senders in here. Thank you. I want you to think about as we get off here, what am I giving permission to? That's making my perspective be my prison and not my power. Maybe you're giving permission to a person. Maybe you're giving permission to a past, right? Maybe you're giving permission to a perspective that doesn't serve you. And the change that you have to make is say, okay, number one, get in a place where your peace is protected, where you can hear God, where you can disconnect. That's why I come out here every single day. This is not, I really do this, as y'all see. But for me, it is about physical health and fitness, but more so it's about my spiritual fitness. It's about my spiritual connection out here. And I make a decision before I leave the trails to give permission to things that only serve me. Do I fall short because I'm a human? Yes, we all do at times. There's no perfect day. But I realize that what I give permission to has been controlling my life. So I want to give permission to the things that I know serve my dreams, serve my best life, serve a great mental health, serve my peace, serve my perspective that needs to be in my power. So now you have to make the decision to do it. Because this is the truth that I got to tell you. Remember, I love you, but I love you too much to keep it the same. If you don't do it, you're just going to live, listen to me, you're just going to live the rest of your life complaining about the things that you aren't willing to change. And that's what most people do. They act as if they pray to God, but they operate as if God isn't powerful. They say things that they want better, but then their actions so different. And I have to tell you, you have to make a choice. Remember, throw up your ones. You're a choice away. You have to make a real choice that says, I'm only giving permission to the things that are in alignment with what I want in my life. Or else you're going to live the rest of your life complaining about that person, complaining about how life isn't unfair. And listen, I'm not shaming you or I'm not being insensitive, but I just got to tell you what's real. Because that's not going to create any change. Some of you are like sitting, waiting for something to show up or some understanding that's never going to come. Progression is an ugly road. Progression is hard. Yes, moving forward is hard. Climbing a mountain of change is hard. But it's also possible. And more importantly, it's necessary. So what change can you make today to say, I'm going to start just one? I don't need you to write down a list of 20 because most people don't stick to that. One change you're going to say, or one choice that you're going to say, I'm giving permission to this from now on. Maybe it's I'm giving permission to my health. Maybe it's I'm giving permission to my purpose. I don't know what it is. I'm giving permission to certain people. And I want you, for some of you, it might not even be what you're giving permission to. That's good. But maybe what are you revoking permission from that you've been given permission to? That's been keeping you stagnant. That's been keeping you upset. That's been keeping you as if you're not a beautiful human being. That's been keeping you from everything that God has for you. Because what I do know is true is most people talk about change, but they don't change. And if we being real, that can't be you anymore. At some point, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I blame me. Oh, I know some people are leave now. This is Facebook. Yep, some people get mad at me right now. Yep, I blame me. I blame me for it all. Because if I blame me for it all, I can change it all. As long as I'm blaming a person, place, or thing, I'm waiting on them to make it right. I'm waiting on their forgiveness. I'm waiting on their closure. I'm waiting on their understanding. I'm waiting for the rest of my life. Hell no. I'm not waiting on anything anymore. I'm not waiting on anything. I'm taking responsibility, so I blame me. Yep, I gave permission to it. I stayed in it. I allowed it. Even though I didn't want it, even though whatever, I blame me. That's the most powerful thing. When I say I blame me, I want you to understand this because I'm tired of seeing excuses. I apologize. I'm sorry. It just gets me fired up. Because I always see, but Trent, but nothing. Like, let's keep it real. That but and those excuses are going to keep you stuck in your pain. I blame me. When I say that to myself, does that mean that I'm saying it's my fault? No, I'm not saying it's my fault. Maybe some things are my fault. But I'm not saying it's my fault that this person did this or this happened. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's my responsibility because I understand one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself is responsibility. I'm saying it's not my fault. Maybe it is my fault, but I'm saying I'm not talking about fault. Because some of you are going to come here and say, Trent, well, this person did this to me. How should I blame me? I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm saying it's your responsibility. Those 5 words, it all starts with you. It's responsibility. It's now taking your power back, and you can do something about it because some of you are waiting. Let's keep it real. You're waiting on somebody to change. You're waiting on somebody to give you forgiveness. You're waiting on somebody to, you're waiting instead of creating the life that you want. You're waiting for somebody to give you a life that you don't even want anymore. You're waiting on somebody to give you a life that you don't want instead of creating the life that you want. We're not waiters, we're creators. I'm not waiting for somebody from my past to say, Trent, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to go live my best life because you know what? Write this down, man. Screen record this and share this. You know why? Because I know my future has my closure. I know my future has my better. I know everything that I want, my future has it. So you know what? I'm going to make the choice right now to stop looking back. And I'm going to start moving forward, letting nothing hold me back. And that's the truth, y'all. Nobody wants to tell you these messages because it hurts to hear. When I say I blame me, everybody write in the chat, I blame me. We're not saying it's my fault. Maybe it is. We're saying it's my responsibility. It's my responsibility for my life. It's my responsibility to stop allowing it. It's my responsibility to stop waiting on it. It's my responsibility to do something about it. That's where your change happens. And I wish more people can hear this message. I hope that everybody in here shares it because the world needs this message, y'all. This is the message of change, y'all. This is it. Right? Let's be real. When I hear people's stories, I've been doing this for 16 years. It's always, Trent, this person did this to me. Trent, this person broke my heart. Trent, this person treated me unfairly. Trent, something outside of me, this job did this. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. What are we going to do about it? That's going to be the reason why you don't go get what God has for you. That's going to be the reason why you stay stuck in your sad story. That's going to be the reason why you spend the rest of your life blaming and complaining. That's going to be the reason why you don't trust anybody. That's going to be the reason why you live at a low frequency. That's going to be the reason why you don't know your worth. It's not going to be the reason. It's going to be the reason why you take ownership and go live your best life, and they're going to watch you. The people that hurt you, the people that did you wrong, the job that quit on you, it's going to watch you live your best life. Hey, I'm going to say this, it might sound arrogant, but people in my past that quit on me, that left me NFL teams, they watch me live my best life. They watch me change the world. They watch me stay consistent for the last 16 years. They watch me be the best leader alive. They watch me do these things. Because I decided to stop waiting on them to believe in me. Some of you waiting on somebody to believe in you, your family to believe in you. And go ahead and get off this live right now if you can't handle this. Because I know it's true. Some of y'all want to stay in your sad story because it serves you. It makes you feel good about not taking responsibility over your life. This is not for you. You can unfollow me if you want to. But this is for the person that says, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired for real. And yes, I'm passionate right now because I'm tired of seeing these damn excuses. I'm tired of it. You ain't the only one that's been through things. I lost a mama. I lost a grandparent. I lost friends. I can use that as an excuse. But I refuse, man, to let that be the narration of my life. I refuse to disrespect God like that. God gave me another day. I better make the most out of it. Like I always tell you, it always starts with you. This is for the people that really want it, man. We in a new era of the Self-Worth Institute, aka rehab time. We in a new era. We ain't in the era of, you know, coddling. We're not in the era of, man, we in this era. I'm not trying to protect your feelings. I'm trying to protect your future. I'm not trying to give you what you want to hear and tell you it's going to be okay and, you know, that person will deserve you and if you just wait. No. We in the era of going to get it. We in the era of making the world respect our greatness. Because change doesn't happen by default. It happens by intentionality. You're more powerful than what you think you are. I don't care what excuse your prison perspective goes to. Remember, we made a decision to live in our power perspective. Stop going to that damn prison perspective of excuses, of Trent, you don't understand. And listen, maybe I don't understand. But how is that going to create your change? If you got breath in your body, you got a cell phone, you got legs, you got, even if you don't have legs, you got a mind, you got whatever. You can make a choice and you can make a change, man. Yeah, I love this shit. I don't care if it's 10 people here. I want those 10 people to ride with me this year. I don't need 1,000 people that just want a feel good message and just want some, I need people that's really going to create change. That's what we're about this year. 100%. Because I know what's possible, man. I know what's possible, but you got to take blame. You got to take responsibility. I blame me. I want you to wake up every single day and tell yourself that I blame me. Yep, when people try to blame you, just accept it. Yep, cool. You can blame me right now. You can say it's Trent's fault. I don't care. I'll take it. Go ahead. It ain't going to change nothing with your life. Has blame, answer this question as I leave here. Has blame in somebody else changed anything in your life? Just answer that question. That's what I want to know. Has blame in somebody else changed anything in your life? Answer that question. I know the answer. No, it hasn't. No. 99.9% it hasn't. There might be one miracle out there. So if blaming somebody else doesn't create change, why will we continue to do it? Why? We can look ourselves in the mirror and say, I blame me. Again, a lot of people ain't gonna understand it. I want everybody to write on your story, right? I want everybody to write as a status on your Facebook right now when you leave here. I want you to put, I blame me. That's all I want you to do. I want all of y'all to do that. Tag me to it too. Tag my page. If you're on this journey with me, a lot of people won't understand it. But only people that are taking massive ownership and really sick and tired of being sick and tired and gonna live their best life will understand it. Because we know blame doesn't mean fault, it means responsibility. And you can't change anything in your life without taking responsibility. You can't. You can't. That person is not gonna fix it. The person that broke your heart is not gonna come repair your heart. Let's keep it real. The job is not gonna, magically hire you back and say, oh, I'm sorry for making a mistake. No. You have to make the decision, even though it hurts. You have to make the decision to say, you know what? I'm not going to allow this to break me. I'm going to allow this to build me. And I promise you, if you look at life that way, if you stop being so judgmental, oh my gosh, I got to go, but I love y'all, man. Y'all keeping me here. Life is so judgmental. I mean, if you stop looking at life so judgmental, what I mean by that, you're so judgmental. Like, you're like, oh, this is failure, or this is success, and you're so freaking judgmental of life. If you just allow life to be, I call it human believing, right? If you just believe, no matter what it looks like, no matter what the outcome is, if you just believe and be like water and just allow the flow of life to happen. This is what I've been working on, and it's helped me. And you stop holding on and wanting to fix things and change things so bad and fight for things. And I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm not saying don't take responsibility. But at some point, you have to really let go and let God. At some point, you're going to believe that if I do my part, God is going to elevate that. God is going to do the rest. But some of you are so judgmental. You're like, well, this didn't happen, then I must be a failure. You're judging yourself. Or this person, then I must not be lovable. You're judging yourself. Stop judging life. Stop it. Stop judging life, because to be real with you, you're judging unfairly because you don't know what God has for you. You don't know what God allowed that to happen. God allowed it to happen. God allowed it. And I do know God will allow you to go through places you don't understand just to bring you to the place where he needs you to be. That's facts. I do know that. I don't know why God allowed that person to treat you like trash. I don't know why he allowed that abuse. I don't know. Sometimes we keep ourselves in a situation that God didn't tell us to be in the first place. Responsibility. But I do know God always gets the glory, and God will turn any situation into a beautiful situation. As they say in the good book, what people have sent for harm, or people do harm, God will change it and use it for good. But you got to believe that. You got to believe that. But I got to go, man. I've been out here too long. I think we've been on here for like 20 minutes. So as I walk, I want everybody to write, I blame me. I want to make this a movement, y'all. I need your help. I want to make this a movement. Everybody in your status, put I blame me. You ain't got to explain it. You ain't got to tell people what it is. We're going to make this a movement. We're going to be individuals that take massive ownership. When we say it all starts with you, we are really saying, I blame me. Yep, I could blame somebody else, but why would I give somebody that beautiful gift? Right? Why would I give somebody that beautiful gift? You know, why would I give somebody that beautiful gift? Why would I do that? Why would I give somebody that beautiful gift of responsibility? Why? Why would I allow somebody to have the responsibility over my life? Why would I do that? Especially to a person that's terrible, or a situation, environment. So when we do that, we have a different meaning. Some people won't understand that. Why would you blame yourself? That is self, destruction. Most people don't understand this, but we will. You know what I mean? But we will. But we will. So I want everybody in this live to write, I blame me, and I want you to start your day off with those words. AKA, it all starts with you. That's what it means. I blame me. I did it this morning. I'm out here running 5 miles. I could have blamed life. I could have blamed, I'm busy. I could have blamed all these things I got responsibility for. I could have blamed all these things. But I said, Trent, blame yourself. That's it. Take the responsibility. And I did. This is going to be a life-changing movement, y'all. And it's starting today. This is what we own. This is what we're doing. We're not going to let anything hold us back. We're not going to be in shame. We're not going to live in guilt. We're not going to live in sadness. We're not going to live in pleading and begging for people to come back in our life. We're not going to live in shame. We're not going to live in judgment. We're not. We're taking responsibility. And every single day, we're going to move forward. Every single day, we're going to make a choice away from a new beginning. We're going to make that choice to create a new beginning every single day. We're not going to judge our life by what's happening externally. We're not going to judge our life by our bank account. We're not going to judge our life by failure and success. We're not going to judge our life by who agrees with us or not. We're not going to judge our life by how many followers we have. We're not going to judge our life by who shows up, who doesn't show up. We're not going to judge our life by that. That's an unfair judgment because you don't know the rest of the story. You don't know what God really has for you. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know why he allowed it, right? So I'll give you a quick story as I leave. I did a nature walk, some of y'all know, and nobody showed up. I invited the internet. I could have, I guess, promoted harder, but I didn't. Nobody showed up, not one person, except my team. I could have judged that situation and said, Trent, nobody cares about you anymore. I could have said, Trent, you lost your mojo. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to learn from you anymore. I could have went to that, right? A free nature walk. Nobody showed up. But I say, you know what? Talk about it. Maybe people didn't see. I'm not going to judge it. And I went on my own nature walk because 3 people showed up that mattered the most, me, myself, and I. And I proved it to myself that, hey, it doesn't matter who shows up. You got to continue to show up and honor what you said you're going to do. And a lot of us, that's what we do. We quit. We quit on things because we prematurely judge it. We start something today and it doesn't work out and we judge it and we say we're a failure and all these things and we quit. And I know any massive movement starts with a person that refuses to quit. That's why we're here 16 years later and y'all still here. I refuse to give up. So anyways, to make a long story short, I talk about it. Some of y'all saw this on my Instagram, at Trent Show. Make sure you follow me there. And I said, hey, man, look at the parking lot. Nobody's here. People say, dang. So that video spread, and it got in front of people. And we did a nature walk the very next week, and 60 people showed up. And right now I have 100 plus people that's wanting to come to the next one. So that is, and it might not happen that quick for you, right? But that is the power of not judging your situation. And this is a powerful thing. I just spoke in front of 15,000 people on Sunday. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I will give myself some credit. They said I was a top rated speaker. People's lives were changed and transformed. People were tearing up, like in a way that they had said they've never experienced it before. You know why? I come from a real place. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to get on here and seem like an expert. I'm a human being. That's why we go live and raw, just like this, to show you that, man, it's possible when you just believe. It's possible when you just stay consistent. It's possible when you stop judging yourself. So I really want y'all to write that down, because that just came to me today. And I feel like it's very powerful, is that we put unfair judgment on our situations, or we judge a situation prematurely, you know, and that's why people quit, and you don't stick to anything, and you give up. Man, I love y'all. I'm gonna walk with y'all to the end of this block, and I'm gonna get back on my run. But I love y'all. Hold on, let me start my watch. I love y'all. What I'm doing, you don't have to do this, but I'm doing definitely 10,000 steps a day. Really, it's about 15,000 steps a day. And I'm getting back in nature every single day. That's what I'm doing, because I feel great when I'm out here. I'm dropping healthy weight. I feel connected, you know, spiritually, more than anything. And I just want to tell y'all, like, man, I'm proud of you, man, for getting through everything you're going through. But I want a group of people that really, like, want to create change. You know, like, I'm not just coaching random people anymore. I'm not just taking random clients that just want to be a part of something because whatever. I want intentional human beings that say, you know what, I want to be a speaker because I know I can change the world. I can show you how to do that. I want to be a creator online because I want to really change XYZ, and I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to give my all to it. Those are the people that I want. I want people that say, I blame me. That's what I want around me, and that's what I want in my life. So if you text my number, that 214-619-8997 number, somebody write that in the chat, 214-619-8997. If you text that number, be about that life. Because I'm tired of people texting me, and they texting me to ask me some questions that I've already given answers to, and then they get mad that I'm texting them about some life-changing stuff. So only join that text community if you're really about that life. Because some of us, we playing with life. Some of us, we sitting around waiting on somebody. We blaming other people, and we sitting there stuck in our sad story, addicted to our sad story, being the victim. You're not a damn victim. You understand me? And some of y'all might disagree. It's okay to disagree, but you're not a damn victim. You're not. Stop walking around with this victim mentality. It's never going to serve you. It's never going to help you change. You might have been victimized, but you are not a victim, right? Stop looking for a villain in your story. Stop blaming them, and stop saying, oh, it's my ex's fault and la, la, la. Stop looking for a villain in your story, because truthfully, what you give permission to is powering you. So yeah, if you say that person is the reason why, then you're waiting on that person to be the reason why you change, to be the reason why you grow. And it's never going to happen. And that's why you stay stuck. That's why I see people that's been stuck for 20 years. They still talking about a relationship that happened 20 years ago, right? Stop looking for a villain, man. Because really the villain in your story is you. If you ain't taking responsibility, you the villain. And I'm just keeping it real. You ain't no victim. Like, stop walking around like you a victim. I've been victimized. You know, there's things that has happened to me that I didn't ask for. That's terrible. You know what I mean? But I'm not walking around like I'm a victim. I refuse to give power to my past like that, man. I refuse. Hell no. I'm going to use that. Yep. Okay, cool. Yep. It hurt me. It broke me down. But I promise you, I'm going to be built back up, because I'm taking the responsibility for healing. I'm taking the responsibility for change, because the person that victimized you is not going to heal you. And that's what we do when we blame them. That's what we do when we blame that situation. That's what we do when we just, put all the responsibility on them. That's what happens. That's what happens. This is a message that a lot of people don't want to hear. I know it. I know it. Y'all, I'm not saying y'all, but like in general, people love the messages where I'm like, this person did you wrong and it's okay. And they're going to watch, yeah, that's super inspirational. But if you're trying to create some transformation, you need this message. This is the one that creates the real change. Straight up. I blame me. Who wrote it? Who wrote it on their story right now? Who wrote it on their status on Facebook? I blame me. That's going to be our thing in 2026. When we tap in with each other, I blame me. And when I know you say that, I know you're one of them ones, right? I know you're one of the ones that's taking massive ownership over their life. You know what I mean? And when you take massive ownership over your life, nothing can beat you, bro. I'm telling you, like that is the secret code. Nothing can beat you. When nothing can defeat you, nothing can make you fold. Nothing can shift your perspective to your prison, and it always stays your power. That's when you win at life. And that's when you experience an external change. You got to make this internal change, because some of you you're judging your life by what happens externally. So you're basically saying, well, my life isn't changing because the situations outside of me aren't changing, Trent. Like I'm still stuck in this job. I'm still financially unstable. I'm still this, I'm still that. And I tell people, man, again, that's the wrong judgment. How do you feel internally? Because I'm not trying to sound like super spiritual, but I believe the greatest change, an internal one. I believe when you change the inside of you, you start to see things differently in the world. Your perspective now becomes a superpower in how you see things. And you're not, I'm about to say another word right there. You're not addicted to judging whether something's good or bad, failure or success based upon outcomes, right? You're a being. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie, I love you, man. Appreciate you for those 3,000 stars. I'm working today. I appreciate you. A human being, right? You're a human being, not a human doing. I know y'all heard that, but just be. And that's something I work on. I come out in nature. I'm just trying to be, and I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday. And I told that person, they were asking me like, I said, what I'm about to tell you, and I'm going to tell y'all this, is going to blow your mind. As being one of the top communicators in the world, I don't say that. People say that, right? I'll take it because I've been doing this for a long time. I tell people I never beg for a stage. There's other communicators out there who probably work harder than me. I said, what I work very hard at is trying to be the purest version of myself. Trying to be the purest version of myself, because when I'm working towards that, I'm removing blockage in my mind, blockage in my soul. And if I can get to the core of who I am, the core of Trent Simmons Shelton and who that person is, then I can communicate, connect freely. I can create freely, all these things. But if I'm judging my life based upon what I have or what I don't have, what's happening, success or failure, who supports it or not, then I'm always going to have a blockage. You know what I mean? I'm always going to have this urge to prove. What we teach at the Self-Worth Institute, thank you guys for rocking with me for this long conversation. Just want to give y'all as much as I can. What we teach at the Self-Worth Institute, we have archetypes, prototypes that we put people in when they take our self-worth audit. That's why you need to text me so you can take this audit. It's free, 6 minutes. And one of the archetypes is a prover. And a lot of people live in this identity of a prover. You're trying to prove people wrong. You're trying to prove your parents wrong. You're trying to prove your ex wrong. You're trying to prove that people don't believe in you wrong. And you're trying to prove. And the problem with that is you're always trying to battle the external, right? Remember, your greatest self is an internal decision, is an internal it's inside of you. It's nothing outside of you. I don't believe you go achieve something to become your greatest self. I believe that you discover inside of you. I don't believe that your next level is about doing more, achieving more. I believe your next level is about becoming more of you. 100% believe that. Because when you remove that blockage, you can create freely, you can do freely, you can believe freely, etc. So a lot of people are provers, and you're trying to prove yourself to what? Like, to people who are imperfect human beings. Like, you're trying to prove yourself. And once you prove yourself, nothing changes, right? So in the Self-Worth Institute, we really work people through that process of getting back to self-worth mastery, right? Self-worth mastery is simple. In a simple way, is the acceptance of self and confidence of self without anything outside of you controlling you. Your worth is not attached to anything. You are worth it. Man, it's a red bird right here. If y'all know my mom's story, this is wild. Wow. It's a cardinal. Man, if you read Protect Your Peace, you know about the cardinal. Man, that's crazy. Wow. But in the Self-Worth Institute, which I hope a lot of you be a part of, because self-worth mastery is the foundation that drives everything in this world, right? Self-worth. I will argue with anybody. I've been to Fortune 500 companies. I've given this message. More people more than ever are bringing me in to speak. By the way, if you want to bring me in to speak, if you have a company and they need a top-notch communicator, I am setting a goal of 50 stages this year. I was going to have a rest year, but my mom came to me. I'm going to share this with y'all another time, but my mom came to me and told me, don't rest, son. The world needs you. And this past Sunday, when I did this event of 15,000 people, this lady sent me a message. She said, Trent, I've been at this event for 4 days. I haven't had a breakthrough. And in your 45 minutes, you changed everything. You transformed my life. And she was crying, weeping. And that video said, Trent, no time to rest this year. I want you to go. And so my goal is to speak on 50 stages, corporations, colleges, sports teams, all, as much as I can. So booking, you can go to Brenda@TrentShelton.com. All right, go to TrentShelton.com. Like, don't just waste my time. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want that and you really have a company, like, go to your job. They're bringing in speakers. I would, whatever. Love that support. Anyways. But a lot of us, Carrie, thank you, Carrie. A lot of us, we're provers. So in the Self-Worth Institute, we really break this down. And if y'all are cool, give me like 5 minutes of your time. I'll break it down just a little bit. We really get down to what drives your performance, right? Performance is how you live life. Performance is every day. It doesn't mean that you're an athlete. It's how you live your life. And what I've noticed, there's 3 types of performances that we have seen. And I would say 40% of people live in this first one, which is fractured base performance. This means that usually you're a prover, you're a pleaser, you're all the archetypes, a pretender. This means that you live life very reactive. You live life tiptoeing. You live life with no belief. You live life, you make a mistake, you lose all confidence, right? You live life chasing. You live life basically losing yourself. This is fracture-based performance. A lot of people are here in the self-worth mastery scale. And it's sad because as soon as something goes wrong, you break down, all your confidence goes out the window, and you go back to a prison perspective. The second type of person, which is, I would say majority, I would say, probably like 50% of people live here. It's conditional-based performance. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. TrentShelton.com. Thank you, Crystal. Let me, conditional-based performance. I know this stuff is boring, y'all, but this is the real work, that we teach at the Self-Worth Institute. Conditional-based performance is, a lot of people are here. It's when I feel good, everything is great. When I feel bad, everything is terrible. Your mood controls how you move. So for most people, it's a very inconsistent life. So you might hear this message, you might practice everything I'm saying today, but then something happens tomorrow, you don't feel good, and you keep no standard to yourself, right? Your standards are being controlled by the outside world, being controlled by your emotions. Your emotions are dictating your mood, your character, and your effort. A lot of people are here. Then there's very few people, I would consider myself here, where this is moving towards self-worth mastery, which is principle-based performance. This is an individual that says, no matter what, this is what I do, this is who I am. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if people talk about me. It don't bother me one bit. I'm so locked in on my purpose. I'm so locked in on what I want for my life. Again, I'm not a prover. I'm not a pleaser. I'm not a pretender, right? I'm a person that lives in purpose. And I don't care how I feel. So today, did I feel like coming out here doing 5 miles? No. But it's my principle. This person, I'm going to give you 3 things, and I'm going to get off of here. This person, I've been saying that for the last 30 minutes, right? I love y'all. Another red bird. Wow. This is the person that does 3 things extremely well. Okay? It does 3 things extremely well. Make sure you text me. Crystal, write down the text number for me. Okay? If you want to be a part of the Self-Worth Institute and learn more, text me. Okay, I'll actually write it. I'll pin it. This is changing the world, y'all. All right. I pinned it. I pinned my number for y'all. Should have pinned. Did it pin? All right, yeah. 214-619-8890. That's my number. Okay? It's not my real number. It's my community number. So thank you, Carrie, for sending the stars. I appreciate you. But I am active there. So it's like, if you call me, I'm not going to answer. Just letting you know. But you can text the number, be a part of everything that we're doing. Anyways, when it comes to this individual, they do 3 things extremely well. Okay? And some of y'all, you might do this extremely well. Number 1, they don't settle in their standards. Okay? They don't settle in their standards. What does that mean? That means that the standard is the standard. They don't lower themselves to please people. They don't abandon their character or their standards to fit in. They stay solid to their standards. I know one of the main reasons why people fall in life is because they abandon their standards, right? You might say, okay, I'm not gonna let nobody treat me this way, and then you let somebody treat you this way, right? You settle in your standards. Principle-based people, they don't settle in their standards. No way. Number 2, the second thing they do extremely well is they don't negotiate on their non-negotiables. So I would call these your no matter what. I would call these your personal code. So one of my personal codes is, Trent, no matter what, you show up as your best. That's it. My best sometimes looks like 60%, but I show up as my best and I give my best to the day. That's a personal code that I live by. Principle-based performers have codes, personal codes they live by. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. That's the key word. No matter what. So they don't negotiate on non-negotiables, right? If their non-negotiable is, you can't reach me, like for me, before 12 p.m. because it's me time, then I don't negotiate on that, right? If I have a speaking fee, that's my speaking fee. I don't negotiate on that. I don't lower myself to please you. I'm not a pleaser, okay? And last but not least is they have boundaries that don't budge. The first 2 individuals, fracture-based, conditional-based, their boundaries budge like a mug, right? You let people disrespect your boundaries. This is the type of person that sets them and respects them. Sets a boundary and makes people respect that boundary because they know a boundary is a bridge that leads them to the greatest you. So they have boundaries that don't freaking budge. Those are 3 things they do extremely well. If you can do those things extremely well, your life will change. 100%. Good morning. Your life will change. That's it. That's the Self-Worth Institute. And we go through a whole process. It's work to get to that place, right? Because you're not just going to get to that place overnight. So text the number if you want to be a part of what we're doing. I do have a self-worth audit that takes 6 minutes to complete. It's about 20 questions or so. And then, you'll see where you're at. And a lot of people lie on the audit, though. I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people be picking like 10. I'm like, bro, you're not a 10 on everything. You got to be real with yourself, right? You can't heal yourself if you're not real with yourself. And so that's what I'm fighting for in this world is self-worth. Self-worth is the foundation that drives all performance. And so when you realize that, because a lot of you, right, let's be real, and I've been here too, is that you don't connect with the information. Like you hear it, but you don't really believe it. Like you want to, right? But you don't really believe it. And there's a disconnection. And it's because you will never outperform your true identity. And your true identity is rooted in self-worth. So if you're a person with fractured-based self-worth, even if you want to do better, you're not going to consistently do better because in your core, you don't believe that you deserve it. You don't believe that you're worth it. So that's why it's important to change this foundation. A lot of people want this, this high level leadership and productivity. And I want 5 things to make me more productive. And that's cute. Like, that's needed. But you're never going to consistently connect to that and do that if you don't change who you are at the foundation. That's why self-worth is the number one thing that drives everything in your life. Without it, you can't build nothing consistent. That's in sports, that's in business, that's in life. Okay? Your self-worth controls your identity and who you believe that you are consistently. That's why it's important to do the work. Because most of us, if we're being real, our worth is tied to something outside of us. You think that you're worth it because you got a marriage. You think you're worth it because you're a mom or a dad. You think you're worth it because you got this or you got that. I'll be worth it when I get this or I get that. No. You're worth it now. That's it. This world has fooled you. This world has told you to go chase and become something. Once you become something, then you can feel worth it. Man, as a person that is highly successful, I'm telling you this, okay? Believe it or not, I'm telling you this. As a person that is highly successful, you can still feel worthless with all this success. 100%. There's times in my journey where I still felt worthless and my bank account was booming. People knew everything was booming, but my self-worth was losing because I didn't do the foundational changes in my life. So I'm telling you this. Your greatest success is in your self-worth, and you can't just say it. You can't just say, oh, I'm worth it. La la la, I'm gonna write a post on Facebook. I'm gonna put a quote. This is my year. It's the reason why you keep going back. It's the reason why you post something and it doesn't become who you are. It's the reason why it doesn't become a part of your DNA. It's the reason why it doesn't change in your cells because you really don't believe it. You want to, but you really don't believe it. That's why I fight so hard and it's super cool because now I'm speaking to companies that are finally understanding this because I'm telling companies and sports teams, y'all trying to tell all these people to work harder. They know how to work hard. They just don't want to. Right? And why they don't want to? Because they don't believe that they deserve it, or they're not, or are they dealing with human things? You know what I mean? Like my main thing that I tell people, that I tell these companies is like, you bring in people to speak to your employees. That's great. I think it's needed. It's cool. But guess what? I don't speak to the employees. I speak to the human inside the employees. Because when you touch a human heart, when you really help them at a self-worth level, then everything you're trying to get them to do, they're going to really believe in now because they really believe that they're worth it. If I told somebody right now you can make $1 million, most of you wouldn't believe it because you don't connect to that, because your self-worth isn't at that level, right? You don't believe that you're worth $1 million. You don't believe that it's possible. So I can tell you all the steps to make $1 million. I can tell you all the things to do, but you'll never do it because deep down inside at your core, you don't believe that you're worthy of it. You don't believe that it's possible, even if you say that you are. That's why I say all these steps and processes is really pointless if you don't really heal at the core, the foundational level of your identity. But my bad for boring y'all, man. I don't know. I just need to talk about that and get that out. So hopefully that helps. I appreciate you. Dolores said, I blame me. I love it. But let's do that work, man. I don't need 1,000 people on here. I don't need hundreds of thousands. I just need a group. I need a group about 100 people that really want to do this work and really want to go on this level of self-worth mastery. But you got to do the work, you know? This is me in self-worth mastery, walking 5 miles, keeping a promise I made to myself. You know, do I want to do it? Not really, but it's non-negotiable because I know what it does for me. I know how it helps me. I know how it makes me feel. And so I do it. I don't negotiate with myself. I don't negotiate with my mood, with my feelings. I don't wake up every single day and saying, whoop-de-doo, it's a new day. Let's go. Some of y'all think that. I guess. I don't. I usually wake up like, damn, I'm tired. But I get up, I thank God, kiss my babies, kiss my wifey, and I say, what can we do today to create some mission? What can we do today to create some impact? But I gotta first prove it to myself. you know? So, you know, with Facebook is known for people to be super emotional and not create change. You know that, right? That's like the narrative of Facebook. It's a bunch of people that just are emotional and they just want to talk and they don't want to create any change. I don't think that's true with my group. I think you guys really want change. I think you guys just don't know how necessarily. And I'm here to guide you guys, you know, as much as I can. So hopefully you enjoyed this conversation. It's probably been like an hour. I wasn't planning on talking this much, but I love you. I appreciate you. Text that number. Like this, share this. That really helps me. And let's live legendary, my people. You're a choice away from a new beginning, a commitment away from a new life. All right, let's get it.